We just wanted to bring you that interview again because obviously police are looking for further information. Let's come back then to Niamh Horan, who is an Irish Sunday Independent columnist. Niamh, good evening to you again.
Good evening, how are you?
Hello there, Niamh. Well, we were just in the middle when your phone broke up of you explaining why you feel entitled to say that fat people are not just lazy, but fat women waddle down the street. You know, it's isolating fat people,
It's not. It's calling what it is. And I feel like I'm just being honest. And I feel I'm entitled to say that because I was there once and because I know what I'm talking about. I'm not somebody that, never put on a couple of pounds. I put on 3.5 stone. I put on the most wonderful time of my life when I was a teenager, when, you're very conscious of your image. And I saw the hard times.
But the point is this, you depict every fat person. They're sweeping statements, these. You depict every fat person as being in trouble, as being lonely, as being sad.
They are. But show me a fat person who's happy with their weight. Show me a fat person who goes down to the gym every morning. Show me a fat person that eats 3 square meals of fish, salad, veg, and I'll show you a liar or I'll show you somebody in denial.
What do you mean you'll show us a liar? What do you mean?
Because they're not being honest. If you are more clinically obese, you are not, and you've no medical condition you've no medical condition, then you are either not doing enough exercise, you're not, don't have the right diet, or you're just there's something that you're not doing, and you know yourself. You're just in denial, and you're not facing up to realities. Look at President Obama. He's the most powerful job in the world. He's around the clock. He's got responsibilities all day. He still manages the time to go to the gym for an hour in the morning before work. There's no excuses. The road to the fridge is paved with excuses.
You say, show me a fat person who's happy in their own skin, and I'll show you someone in serious denial.
Yes.
Let's show you someone then. Catherine Zadeski, size acceptance campaigner. Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
Well, there she is. She describes people like you as women with legs so large they waddle when they walk.
It's breathtaking arrogance from somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. 47% of the population are over a size 16. Women we're talking about here. This is just a complete and utter nonsense, a diatribe. And to be honest with you, it has very serious effects on people. I don't think your contributor there has any concept of what she's actually doing.
You can speak to Niamh directly. She's on the line.
Well, hello, Niamh. I don't think you've got any idea what you're doing. Do you realise the impact of these words? Do you realise what weight bullying is really about? Have you any idea?
Is it weight bullying or is it being honest,
Excuse me. Have you any idea the statistics on teenage suicide in this country? Do you know it's 277 children under the age of 16 will commit suicide this year? Do you know that 80%?
If you're trying to play that card,
excuse me,
you're trying to
80% of those will cite
weight
bullying. They will cite weight
weight
bullying as the reason why they cannot exist in this society any longer. Weight bullying is an epidemic proportions, and you are a proponent of that, and you're pretending you're talking about health and whatever. You're not. You're talking about bullying people into being thin. It's disgraceful.
When you say size acceptance, do you want for people to accept that you're fat? That's fine, but I'm not going to accept that you're happy, and I'm not going to accept that you wouldn't prefer to be another way.
I don't give a damn what you accept or what you don't accept. People are existing within bodies of all different kinds of shapes and sizes. You are not here to pronounce whether this is correct or not correct. This is not your job.
Hold on a minute. Niamh Horan, 1 second. Listen to yourself. You are just existing. You are not enjoying life.
No.
You're telling Catherine about her life.
Absolutely. Catherine, are you telling me that you're completely happy with your size?
I'm fine with that. Yeah, absolutely.
And do you want to tell the listeners how much you weigh?
And why do you find that such an extreme idea that somebody's actually happy with their size? Just because you're dissatisfied, just because you have gone through hell and backwards because you want to be a thin person.
Do you want to just to fill them in, do you want to tell people what you weigh and what you're happy with?
I've got absolutely no idea. I guess it must be about, 20 stone, something like that. I've got no idea, to be honest with you. I don't give a damn. Because I have better things to do with my time than get onto a scale and weigh everything that I eat. I live. I go out there, I live. I don't just sit there watching my fridge. I live.
Right. Okay.
And that is the difference between someone who's talking about
you could be a healthy 9-10 stone, you'd say, nah, it's all right, prefer 20.
I'm a healthy 20 stone, thank you very much.
Would you prefer 20? If they said, Captain, here you go, here's a magic ticket, I'm going to give you a card where you can be 9 or 10 stone, you'd say, nah, it's all right, prefer 20. Is that
what
the case?
I would have to do to be 9 or 10 stone, I'm not prepared to do. And the maintenance I'm prepared that has to be done.
Irresponsible, Catherine.
Irresponsible for what? For whom? For you?
But you have
because
children.
You prefer thin
you
people.
Have children. Are you looking after your health? That you think that you want to get down to healthy size? That you
so
want
you're
to live longer?
Saying,
you're not going to be a burden on the health
You're
system.
saying
Do you know what,
that
Catherine,
all thin people...
Let's be able to hear you both.
if everybody had your attitude, right, and everybody said, I want to be 20 stone, I want to be clinically obese, where would that leave the health system?
You're
That's
saying that
so
thin people are
irresponsible.
healthier than fat people. That's what you're saying, is it? Let me just be clear.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, this is the most excited I've ever heard you. So
Thin people
so
are healthier than fat people.
Oh, fantastic,
yes,
fantastic.
They
So
are.
if we all get thin, nobody will get sick. Is that right?
No, but you'll have a
No
heart.
thin people get sick.
No,
Thin people
you're
get
just being
no, it's
ridiculous
nobody with
now.
diabetes
You're just
who's
being
thin.
ridiculous. You'll have a far better
So hospitals are only full of fat people. Is that right?
No, well, you're
Okay, great. No, that's what you just said.
But let's
Thin
let this.
people
putting a
are
huge burden
healthier
on
than
our
fat
health
people. Is
system.
that right?
Are you under private or public healthcare, Catherine? Would you mind telling the audience?
Let's.
I don't have any healthcare because I never.
All right.
At the moment,
so
I
something
don't get
happens,
sick.
your high blood pressure causes a heart attack or a
let's-
stroke.
let's-
Get
let's
everybody
deal
else
with-
to look
let's
after you.
deal-
Heck, we'll all
I do
be
not
clinically
have high
obese.
blood pressure.
We'll all
Listen,
worry
you can
about the
shout.
healthcare
You can
system.
shout at each other, but don't be shouting me down, or I'll start to go off on one. You won't like that. No, listen to me, Niamh and Catherine. Listen, Niamh. Catherine has raised a really important point, and you said don't play that card, and it's a really big issue in any community in this society we're living in, and it is that people are taking their own lives, suicide, and Catherine is trying to get you to understand that you shouldn't isolate people, and if there are young people who are fat and they don't feel good about themselves, and you're telling them that they waddle down the street, do you not think you've got a certain amount of responsibility as a journalist to not do that?
So what you're saying to me is what I'm saying is right, but I just need to say it in a softer way. Is that it? What I'm saying is right. I just need to say it in a softer
No,
way
what
because
you're
it's
saying
certainly
is
not
wrong.
Catherine's complete denial. Don't tell anybody that they're clinically obese. Don't tell anybody that they need to lose a couple of stone. God forbid that you'd hurt their feelings. Is that it?
Are you seriously saying that every fat person has psychological problems?
No,
They're
I'm not.
Well, not happy in their own skin.
No, they're not happy with
Seriously
being
in
fat.
denial.
They're
So they're not
happy
happy.
with
So
being
they're
fat.
sad people. Is that what
Yes,
you're saying?
yes, they are.
And lonely.
Yes, because I was there.
How do you
Because I was there.
how do you equate fatness with loneliness?
Because I was there. Because you
No,
just.
but that's your personal experience.
Exactly.
How do you make this statement about everybody?
Okay, are you telling me that if somebody is clinically obese and with that comes the stairs down the looks down the street, it becomes sitting on your own because you're not being asked out on dates by the opposite sex, it becomes, not feeling happy because you're not at your peak, and you're telling me that doesn't bring with all the feelings, lonely and sadness, and thinking that, you know what, I could be something else that I'm not now, that I'm not giving myself
The presumption is, therefore, Catherine, that you're not attractive, that you can't find men, that you have no sex, that you're sitting lonely in your house.
It's just breathtaking.
Is it
It's
true?
How ridiculous is that?
Is it true?
Of course it's not true. Of course it's a complete and utter nonsense. And I mean, I've offered this to you before, Niamh. Why don't you come with me and meet some of the women who are happy in their skin, happy in their relationships, having a great time and a
or
great
are they
life?
just too damn lazy to lose the weight?
Look, I'm sorry, but if you've had a bad experience, I feel extremely sorry for you.
I
If you weren't
haven't
happy
though.
as
I haven't though.
you
Thank
no, you were
God.
quite clear
My
about
mother
it. As a
marched me
larger
up that
person,
gym
as
to
a
that
larger
gym at
person, you
70
said
years
that you
of
were
age.
miserable and fat and you were depressed.
Okay.
If that's your experience, then I really feel sorry for you. And I have to say, it is an experience which is shared by some of the population, but it's not a generalisation. You can't generalise it. But I am saying that by continually repeating the idea that somehow being fat is the most heinous crime that anyone could commit, you are
it's
actually
not. But you
driving
know what it
people
is? It's
into
so
a social
unnecessary.
isolation,
It's
which is the very thing that you
unnecessary,
think you're trying to prevent.
No, they're isolated because they're overweight and because they're not dealing with it. That's the only thing that's isolating
Here's
them.
Jack tonight
to
in
be
Solihull.
supposed-
Well, let's bring in some of our listeners, then you can have another pop.
Oh, here
Hello,
we go.
Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hello there. How's it going?
Go ahead, Jack.
Fantastic. Just give you a background on me first. I'm a personal trainer. Been a personal trainer for 2 years. I also have a qualification that's classed as medical referral, so it allows me to train people who have a medical condition. So I get people who are referred to me by their GPs or the hospital. They're referred to myself, and then I can train from there. Now, I have had people who have been referred to me for being overweight. I do see in one sense what you're trying to say, but you're not motivating people by saying what you're saying to do it. So my job is very much a motivational job to try and push people to try and lose that extra weight if they do feel unhappy. But in the gym that I work out, I can tell you now that about 50% of the people that come into that gym who are overweight are extremely happy with themselves because they're enjoying life. There's no quarrels with what they're doing, but but there's some people who do come inside gym who do feel unhappy and they do want to lose that weight, but I think what you're missing is that some people don't have the time or knowledge in order to be able to get down to that weight.
Okay, Jack, thank you very much indeed. Morag in Dundee, Tony in Doncaster, Jason in Nuneaton. Jason next. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I'm fed up with this idea that women have to be thin. I've been out with women in the past that are ranging from sort of size 12 to size, 26 stone. And
26 stone. They don't have to be thin. They have to be healthy.
You don't have to be thin to be healthy.
Exactly.
In fact, many women that
you're certainly not healthy when you're
unhealthy.
clinically obese. I'm sorry, this is just completely ridiculous.
So
you're saying that as long as you're happy,
Well,
whatever
but if you
weight
listen
that
to
you are.
Niamh, if you listen to what Jason has said, he's told you that he's gone out with 26 stone girls.
Wow.
And they're happy.
They're happy.
And they're getting sex.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So, one myth out of the window. Let's go for the next one.
Right, okay. Well, look, some guys are into that. That's totally fine, but that doesn't make them happy and that doesn't make them healthy.
I think if you've got a recipe for happiness, I think you better bottle it and sell it, because I think everybody goes through periods of happiness and unhappiness,
You still
whatever
didn't answer
size
my
they
question.
are. So
You
what's the
didn't-
nonsense?
that's-
You somehow think that being thin's going to make you happy or more valuable or more of a better person. I mean, where do you draw the line here? There's this
Can
god
I
of
ask you an
thinness.
honest question?
What a
Will
nonsense.
you answer me honestly? Has your weight ever got you down? And be honest.
No, it's not. It's never got in my way. I'm a YMCA qualified
your weight
instructor.
ever
I
got
go
you
to the gym
down?
2 or 3 times a week. I'm totally happy with who I am and what
You're
I
not
am.
answering the question. Has your weight ever got you down?
No.
Here's Morag in Dundee supporting you, Niamh. Hello, Morag.
Hi, I do totally agree with Niamh, actually, to tell you the truth, Stephen. And I really find it quite amazing that people who are obviously, de facto, fat have a problem with being told that they're fat. Now, I want you to consider...
But that's not what Niamh is doing. She's telling them that they are, because they are fat, she's telling, this is the point, Morag. She's telling them that they are unhappy. She's telling them that they're in denial. She's telling them that they waddle down the street. And she's telling them that they are sad, and she's telling them they are lonely.
Well, I wouldn't presume to tell them that they're sad and they're lonely and all the other psychological aspects of it. But clearly, if you're as fat as that, if you're clinically obese, then you do wobble. But let me just draw the parallel. In the run-up to and since smoking in public places was made illegal, there were adverts on television saying kissing a smoker is like kissing an ashtray. I mean, smokers have been vilified. There are even people, believe it or not, in a phone-in Scotland, a guy phoned in and said he didn't think people who lived upstairs from him should be allowed to smoke in their own house because he could smell the cigarette smoke. Now, the difference between fat people and smokers is we smokers pay tax through the nose and more than cover the cost to the NHS for any health disadvantages we suffer. Fat people don't. And obesity and overweight is now becoming endemic in the population and costing the NHS a fortune. So,
Morag, let me squeeze in Maureen, and thank you. You made a good point tonight, Morag. Maureen in Edinburgh, waiting to get on. Hello, Maureen.
Hi.
Go on, Maureen. You're infuriated, you say.
Yes, it's just, I think you've got to be comfortable with your own body. Yes, I've got friends who are overweight, and they're very comfortable with who they are. But I've also got friends who are very thin, who are very uncomfortable, that don't like being
So what's
thin all the
got
time.
you so angry tonight?
Well, it was just, I think it was Niamh saying that, fat people are not who they are and uncomfortable and they should be doing this, that and the
Are you
other.
prepared to back down, Niamh?
No, are you kidding me? Not in a million years. And I'm prepared to back. No, I'm not prepared to back down. For every person who's overweight out there who's listening to
And
this, that's
what's
thinking
your
that
weakness,
I might.
Niamh, what's your weakness?
My.
Are you completely perfect?
No, I'm absolutely not. But I'm not going to
Well,
lie to people and tell them, do you know what? You're clinically obese. Just you're happy. That's fine. Don't even think about losing it.
Are you going to outlaw everything? What about the people that's got anorexia?
But listen, you're missing.
Well,
the.
and the point is, we're done, but fascinating stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
On digital and online.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
As it does every Friday, Saturday and Sunday night. You hear a story in this network, you pick up the phone and you're involved in the story. Here's the number, 0500 909 693. It's the Nolan Show, it's the BBC and it's 5 Live. Before midnight, a prominent Republican cleared of killing 2 soldiers in Northern Ireland says he was framed by police and evidence was planted in the getaway car.
My position has been from word go that my DNA was, in my opinion, planted there.
We'll discuss the wider possible impact of Colin Duffy's comments in Northern Ireland. Also, private clinics will be allowed to advertise abortions on television. One critic says it puts buying an abortion on a par with buying breakfast cereal. We're taking your calls. You can pick up the phone now, 0500 909 693. And I've been speaking to a teenager sentenced to 10 months for taking a pair of trainers in the English riots. Her solicitor says it was a moment of madness. She says it has ruined her dreams of joining the RAF.
Stupid, really. I can't answer why. I don't know why. I just went in. Adrenaline rush. But I knew it was wrong. But I saw other people doing it as well, so I thought, well, nothing would happen.
And as we've been hearing on Nolan tonight, a 6-year-old girl has almost had her ear bitten off after a dog attacked her in London.
The girl was attacked by a pit bull type dog in the area, obviously within the park. She's suffered a number of injuries, both to her neck, her shoulder, and obviously to her ear as well, which has been partially severed during the attack.
That's all to come. First, let's get the latest news at 11 o'clock. Here's Theope Scarlatos.
Thank you. At least 150 people have been killed in a series of coordinated bomb attacks in northern Nigeria. The explosions in the city of Kano hit police stations and government buildings. The radical Islamist group Boko Haram has claimed responsibility. Dr. Bello Umar Diko works at Kano Hospital.
We think that the number will definitely rise because the number of attacks are multiple. And, there are so many buildings that were involved and so many people may be buried under the debris.
A 6-year-old girl's been seriously injured after being mauled by a dog in a park in East London. The owner of the animal, thought to be a black and white bull terrier type dog, left the park in Pole Hill in Chingford after the attack at lunchtime. Detective Sergeant Stuart Cheek is from the Met Police.
The girl was attacked by a pit bull type dog within the park. She's suffered a number of injuries, both to her neck, her shoulder, to her ear as well, which has been partially